Let's take a look at person specification. To describe in very simple terms, person specification profiles the ideal candidate whom should be recruited in an organization. The organization is looking for the most ideal candidate, and person specification brings out that profile. Now, there are certain models for person specification, which includes the 7-point plan, 5-point pattern of personality. All these models explain the individual attainment, the type of attitude required, and the kind of educational background and the references which are required for a person to carry out the job in the most ideal way. So it describes an ideal candidate. Now, there are certain limitations to person specification. There is an obsessive focus on the educational achievements. Now, we all know to a great extent educational achievement does not translate into work performance or the expected level of performance. So excessive focus on educational achievements, physical attributes and background circumstances. Concentration is more on the physical attributes of a particular job and the background circumstances of a candidate. So it is not exactly what is expected when in terms of job performance. This can be a disadvantage. Category of general intelligence. It is often assumed that people belonging to a particular category of intelligence, let us say in certain kind of environment, will do a good job when it comes to actual work environment. This is a limitation of person specification. Let's take a look at competency profiles. By defining competency, competency may be defined as a set of behavior patterns that the incumbent needs to bring to a position to perform its tasks and functions with competence. It's simply what kind of person and with what qualities should perform a job. Is he competent to do a job? Advantages of competence-based profiles. No, it is linked directly to the strategic objectives of the organization. No, there are no second thoughts on this point, because competencies are defined for all the positions in the organization, so there is a linkage to the overall business objective. No, it reflects best practices in the occupation or profession. When you are defining a particular job and the competencies, you are bound to get into the threadbare details, and it gives you the best possible outcome. So you start comparing with the external labor market, and what you get is the best practice, and you have the best positions with clearly defined competencies. Flexible in the face of changing conditions. Competency profiles always reflect your market and their real-time labor environment, so it gives you flexibility in changing conditions. Now, it can be applied at all levels of the organization, starting from the lowmost employee to the top management level. Each role can be defined with all its competency levels. It directly relates candidates' attainments and attributes to the demands of the job. What are the attainments of the candidate? What are the requirements of the job? This is perfectly matched by a competency profile. Moving on. What are the recruitment methods and media? Let's take a look at some of the forms of external recruitment. Unsolicited requests. These are your typical walk-in interviews wherein you can approach an organization with a resume and you apply considering any future opportunities. So the organizations will store in their data bank. They might call you at a later point in time. So unsolicited requests. Existing contacts, let's say your ex-employees or people who retired or people who are taking a break from career, they are your existing contacts. Referrals, your employees' friends. There is something called bring your buddy schemes in organizations, wherein you refer your friends, your former colleagues, to bring them inside your organization. Agencies, career services, employment agencies, again source of external recruitment. Consultancies, which specialize in particular industry type and can give you the most suitable pool of candidates. Direct sources, and internet. When it comes to internet, it is the most dynamic and the most cost effective source of recruitment, because it gives you a wider pool of candidates and it saves you time and money in the whole recruitment process. Let's take a look at Deloitte, one of the top consulting firms, as to how it advertises on the internet for the most suitable candidates. The beauty of the ad was not even a single word was spoken about the company. It's about careers, but it never said where, what and how. But in a very beautiful way, they've conveyed what is the company it's all about, and they've used technology to the hilt. That is an innovative advertisement. Moving on. What are the advantages of e-recruitment? Wide reach. It is global. You post an ad on the internet and the whole audience across the world can view it. The whole world is a talent pool and you can attract the candidates from across the geographies. Cost effectiveness. Compared to other traditional sources of recruitment, your internet is a very cost effective source. Now, the number of hits that you receive when you post an online ad for a particular job, it is tremendous compared to your traditional sources. So it is definitely cost effective. More information. When you compare your print media or your online or your TV or radio ad for that matter, it gives you more space to elaborate on your company, on the job requirements, and it can give you a clear idea as a candidate on what the company is all about. Demonstration of basic computer literacy. Now, the hidden advantage here is that the one who accesses the ad placed by an employer online demonstrates a basic level of computer literacy, so which is essential in this business environment. Now, electronic support. You can do all kinds of analysis based on who is applying, how many applications you've received, in sorting the applications and processing them for interviews. HRIS. These ads, the e-recruitment ads and this approach can be integrated with your HRIS, which gives you an additional advantage. Ability to monitor traffic. What is the traffic level to the ads that are being posted and what is the response level to your ads in the market? This can be monitored in e-recruitment. Moving on. When it comes to the recruitment advertisement, what should it contain? It is about your organization's image. You are conveying to the labor market the requirements, so what you should keep in mind. Details about the organization. Now, explain about the company. Job title, duties and responsibilities. What is the job? What is the job title? What are the duties and responsibilities involved? If not in an elaborate way, you have to give it at least in a decent way wherein people can understand what is expected of the job. Conditions of the job, the terms and conditions involved in that particular job. Where is the location? What is the qualification and experience? What is the number of years of service you expect from a particular candidate to apply for the job? Rewards, salary and benefits. What is the salary component? What are the benefits which you as an employer is willing to give to that particular job? And application, when, where and how that particular candidate has to apply and to whom, and what is the response time for this particular ad. Moving on. Applications. You can receive applications in the following formats. It can be in the form of an unsolicited letter. It can be a walk-in, in an email, as another inquiry, say over a phone, or you might be mailed in a curriculum vitae, and you have even application forms. These are the different varieties wherein you can get your applications. Let's take a look at internal recruitment. What are the methods of internal recruitment? Advertising for self-applicants. We need to advertise and carry out a propaganda for the vacancies inside an organization so that your existing employees can apply for them, giving them first preference. Soliciting recommendation from line managers. Now, line managers are the best people to know about their subordinates when it comes to identifying them as future potential for the company. So you can ask for recommendations from line managers to shortlist a pool of candidates who can apply for an existing vacancy. Soliciting referrals by employees. Now, your employees are the best people to judge the culture and the mood of the company. So your employees, if they refer, the people who join can survive longer because their friends are there. This is the basic logic. So going by referrals of employees. Formal succession and promotion. Now, there should be always a succession plan inside an organization because no position is forever. People will leave the organization. So when it comes to succession planning, you need to give time and space for succession and promotions to happen, and this is one of the key parts of internal recruitment. Now, how do you evaluate the entire recruitment process? Now, there is money involved in this whole exercise, so you obviously need to evaluate the effectiveness of the recruitment process. What are the performance indicators? What is the time spent on the entire recruitment exercise? How many applications did you receive as part of the advertisement? How much time did you take to process the applications? Now, how long were the interviews conducted, and how fast did you rope in the candidate inside your organization? These factors need to be considered, and these are the indicators which shows your effectiveness of the recruitment process. And when it moves to cost effectiveness, as I said, money is involved. You need to evaluate the options. Now, say you tried option A, going for a paper-based ad. If the turnout was poor, then you need to switch to some other media, let's say internet. So it gives you options, and you need to evaluate what is the best possible solution for you going forward. It needs to be evaluated based on the response level, the overall time taken to complete your recruitment process.